Good afternoon, everyone. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And today I have a special guest on my channel. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Erick Willams. I live in Texas. I worked in juvenile corrections for 20 years. Right now, I took an early retirement from it. But in the process of me working in 20 years, it inspired me with some of the, I guess, stories and just experiences I had in there to write two. Well, actually, it's going to be three books coming out soon. But right now, I have two books presently wrote.
Okay. Now, what is your genre and what attracted you to that genre?
My genre, I guess you could say, urban fiction, young adult. What attracted me to it, well, just like I said earlier, that I wrote, I worked in juvenile corrections for 20 years, and just all the different stories and things I experienced during that time just kind of inspired me. There's a story, there's stories here that can be told. Now, the book I have are not based on any actual stories, but they inspired me to write, the books.
Okay. Okay. What is your writing process like?
Ooh, that's a good question. Uh, Basically, I try to. Well, when I wrote the first book, You Never Say Goodbye, that was just kind of just right off the top of my head, where I just kind of sat in front of a computer and just typed whatever I was feeling in my heart at the time. And I guess that worked, generally speaking. But I believe as I started writing more and more, I started putting more thought into it. Prior to that, I would write a chapter ahead and then sit down in front of the computer to put it down and try to smooth it out with the my latest book, The Last Time. I try to write every day. Now, I don't say I always do, but I try to sit down in the computer and write at least an hour or so, give or take. A lot depends on, what's going on at the time of my life. But, I have an alarm on my clock, on my phone, excuse me, that reminds me, take time to write.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you briefly describe what your books are about?
Well, like I said, basically my books tell a story of I could say 16-year-old juvenile, typical, I guess, teenager today here in America. I don't want to say knucklehead, but let's just say he's kind of confused and lost a little bit. But anyway, he gets involved with a girl that has a boyfriend, and it's like basically the first story tells like it's a love triangle, a teenage love triangle. Two boys, I guess you could say, having beef over one girl. The main character's name is Jordan, and like I said, he's I don't want to say knucklehead, just let's say confused. He's just a good kid that's just selfish, a selfish good kid, but he doesn't realize his actions have consequences beyond just what he does. And so, gets in trouble with the, gets caught up in the system and goes through the process. I don't want to give too much away, but it just talks about, like I said, just I guess a teenage living here in America today. I think it has essential themes that anybody can relate to. Addresses a lot of things that happen here, not just in America, but in the world today, as far as essential things we all can, experience and relate to.
Can you read an excerpt from one of your books?
Sure. I wish. Let me see. I'm going to. Well, I don't know. I guess I should have prepared for myself there for a little earlier.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Vicky looks at Erica. I'm sorry for being so loud. It's just that your brother did something really, really stupid today with KJ. Go back in the living room. Everything is okay. Erica looks in the room at Jordan sitting on the bed. He stares straight ahead. She smiles at him and walks away. Vicky walks into the room, sits on the bed beside Jordan, says in a lower voice, "You expect me to believe that you were in the car and didn't smoke anything? How stupid do you think I am? Look at you. Your eyes are all red and glassy, and you smell like you've been hanging with Snoop Dogg." "I'm telling you, Mama, I didn't smoke anything." Vicky shakes her head. "You must think I'm a fool because you keep thinking I'm going to believe your lies." KJ is still standing at the door when Vicky looks at him, tells him, "Come in here," motioning with her right hand for him to come to the room. KJ walks to the room. "What, Mama?" She grabs him by his arm and pulls him close. She looks directly at him. "I want you to tell me the truth." KJ looks at her nervously. "Okay. Did George smoke weed with you?" "No. I was playing basketball with Dre and Cage." "You're not lying to protect Jordan, are you?" "No, Mama. I swear, I didn't know anything about them smoking. I was playing basketball." So you don't know if Jordan smoked any? KJ shakes his head no. Vicky stares at him for a few seconds, trying to see if he's lying. Tells him, go to your room, brush your teeth, and change. You smell like it too. KJ walks out the room. Jordan feels vindicated. See, I told you. Vicky stands up and looks down at him. You think this is over? After the talk we had a few days ago, you're still doing dumb stuff. Exposing your little brother to weed. He might not have smoked. He might not have smoked any, but I ain't no fool. I know you smoke. KJ looks up to you. You are only thinking about yourself. I got to go get KJ to dinner. She walks out the door. She walks to the door. Jordan says, I don't know why you're making such a big deal about it. It's only weed. Vicky, surprised by the statement, turns around and looks at him. Only weed? That's it. I'm getting tired of your disrespect. I got to get KJ to the dinners. But here's something for you to think about. They say the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And I ain't crazy. Jordan, confused, asks, what does that mean? That's it.
What inspired you to start writing?
Like I just said, working at that juvenile correctional facility for all them years and just hearing different stories. And I actually wrote my first book, You Never Say Goodbye, as a small 5-page play, trying to talk about the dangers of the gang lifestyle. We used to do a summer program out there at the facility doing when school was out. And I was trying to, just do a play about, just the dangers of that, the gang lifestyle. And from there, from that 5-page play, I just kind of, just expanded it and explored, just created a whole world, so.
What are the most important elements of good writing?
Just having I guess you say, telling a story, telling a well-developed story, I guess you could say from beginning, middle to end. I mean, I just, just have a developed plot there. Take your time. If it takes 325 pages, it takes 325 pages, tell your story. I mean, just kind of have like I just said, the well-developed plot, that's about it. I try to tell stories that have, a well-developed plot and want to give full scope.
Well, that's my next question. How do you develop your plots?
Like it just kind of just comes to you, I mean, one thing I've learned that if I'm out shopping, if I'm at work, I always have a slip of paper on me thinking about something with the book. And if something hits me at that point in time, I will pull that paper out and jot a note down. You just never know when inspiration is going to hit you.
Yes.
So when it does hit me, I need to make sure to be able to keep it, write it down so I can use it, just develop it from there. I just learned that sometimes inspiration hits you at the oddest time. And so you just need to be able to, write it down or, record it somehow. That way you can use it when you get the opportunity there. Because I've had things happen before where I had inspiration hit me and I didn't have no means to write it down or record it. And I forgot what it was. I just couldn't, remember. So I've learned, keep some kind of paper, pen, something, even phone, jot a note down if it hits you.
Okay. Now tell us about your characters and briefly describe some of them.
Well, the main character in the book, The Last Time, Jordan Sky, it's just a typical African-American teenager here in the world. Like, I don't want to say he's knucklehead, he's just confused. He just only thinks about himself. And the process of thinking about himself, sometimes he does, I guess you could say bad things, but he's not a bad person. But he, like I say, just confused. And he goes through a lot of trials and tribulations before he kind of realizes it's not about me. Their mother, Vicky, is a single mom. She's raising 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. She just out here, typical working mom, trying to do the right thing, trying to lead by example. She has an ex, Keith, who they met young, but he, kind of was still too young, I guess, he didn't want to settle down, so he continued doing his ways. KJ, Jordan's younger brother, is the main character, and You Never Say Goodbye. He just worships Jordan, basically. He's one of them little brothers that no matter Jordan could, no matter what Jordan does, he just kind of, just worships him and just kind of, just he has his own. But see, Jordan, KJ is angry though. He's an angry man who was confused, I guess, and just can't, I guess you could say anger management issues, the best word to describe it. They have a little sister named Erica she's the youngest in the family. She's just a little sister, kind of like, I think her is like D from What's Happening.
Yeah.
I kind of, thought her like is D from What's Happening. For that may be an old school reference some people may not get, but I'm sure some of us will. And you had some of the other characters like some, I guess you could say bad, bad characters that just, some people are bad in the world. I don't want to say there's no redeeming them, but they just have a lot of bad qualities. It's going to take a lot to redeem them. And so we, run into them with Dewan and Desra and a few different other ones.
Okay. How did you come up with the titles of your books?
Okay, it's funny. When I was writing The Last Time, I didn't come up with this title till probably about 3/4 of the way through. In the process of me just writing that, I was writing a certain aspect of the book there, and I wrote that, wrote The Last Time, in it, and I realized, what, that's a fitting title for this, especially where the direction was going. And so, that just hit me then and there. And I almost, to be honest with you, same thing for the very first book, You Never Say Goodbye. I was probably about 3/4 of the way in where I wrote that, and just, Vicky made the statement, about a certain situation, and it just like, what, that's a fitting title. And I have the new book coming out, Closure, that that title came to my head immediately from the 2 different stories that I had previously wrote. I realized the third book, the title Closure, was just appropriate. Now my wife did I was called Seeking Closure originally, but my wife said, why don't you just call it Closure? And I'm like, you know what? That does fit better. That does seem to fit better. So I just went with that. I knew it was Closure before I even wrote word 1. So.
What is the process for picking your covers? Because they are beautiful.
Thank you. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of like when I shop or do things while I shop, it has to hit me. Now, because this cover right here, the cover for the book Last Time here, that it took about maybe 10 different, tries, maybe not quite 10, but like 6, 7 different, variations before I seen it. But when I saw it, it's like, that's it. No more. I knew it then and there that this is the cover. And so, and I mean,
now tell us who is who. Tell us who is who. That's Vicky at the top.
It's Vicky at the top. That's Dewan right here with the hoodie on.
Okay.
And then that's Jordan right there to the left of him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you can see that, right there. Vic, I'm not not Vicky. This is Rain. This is the girlfriend, Rain.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Rain. Dewan, and then Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, I know, I can't even see, but yes, that's like the love triangle thing going on with the story right here.
Okay. Tell us about your publishing journey.
Ooh, okay. Actually, I had a publishing company that was interested in publishing this book right here, You Never Say Goodbye. Like I said, this was the very first one, but due to some financial situations they were asking for, I actually met a friend who told me that, Amazon KDP was self-publishing for me, and she guided me through the process to get You Never Say Goodbye. And she connected me with the gentleman, the graphic artist who did this book cover. It's like it was a friend of mine I go to church with that kind of, like I said, guided me through it. And from there, I just realized how easy it was, and then just kind of, just took it from there, and was able to get, The Last Time done, just but it's self-published there, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay with it.
What are the key messages in your books?
Key message. Like I said, the message here, and You Never Say Goodbye, is pretty much sums it up on the cover there, where it says there's strength in forgiveness. This book right here focuses a lot on the need for revenge versus forgiveness. The way that the central battle sums up, there's a lot of, the need for forgiveness versus the need for revenge versus the need for forgiveness. And just KJ's internal journey with that. The Last Time just kind of focuses on the fact that basically you just never know when it is the last time. I mean, there's a process that goes through, that the character goes through, and you just never know when it's the last time, no matter what situation it is in life. You just never know. Now, my new book Closure is just trying to wrap everything up, trying to bring everything to a close. It may be a good, I guess you could say, be a happy ending, sad ending. I won't say what it will be, but it just focuses on, just bringing closure to this aspect of their life.
Okay. What do you find to be the hardest part of writing?
The hardest part in writing, just just coming up with, I guess, inspiration to tell a story. But I will say, once the inspiration does hit, I'm sure you experienced it yourself. That sometimes the story just kind of writes itself at a certain point. After you hit a certain point in the story, it almost kind of you just go where it flows. You just kind of just follow the river. And I definitely learned that there. But like right now, I have these 3 books done, and I am trying to come up with the inspirations for my next series of books.
Mhm.
Because I do want to explore, other stories, other characters besides this. So right now, I'm just in the process of trying to, come up with I guess, just get inspiration.
Okay, your closure book is going to be the last book in this series with Jordan and Rain and DJ. Is closure like years later, or how is that?
Closure is takes place immediately after You Never Say Goodbye. It just picks up right after this story and kind of just continues with that, and it just takes up immediately there. Like I said, you do have the last time, but once you finish last time, you definitely would want to read this to kind of see where the story goes after that. So
Okay.
it talks. But yeah, closure just wraps it up. I'm not gonna, like I said earlier, I'm not gonna say if it's a good thing or bad thing, but for me personally, I feel comfortable the way the story ended, the way I was able to do it.
Okay. What has been your greatest accomplishment thus far in your literary career?
Well, I'm still a new writer. I'm 2 years. I haven't made any bestsellers list yet or got any awards. It's just I guess personal feedback I get from people who bought the book from me, and reading reviews, and like I have a lot of interaction with different readers that I work with. That I promoted to them. They read and they kind of give me some good positive feedback. So like I said, I would love to be able to tell you I got so and so award and I made so and so bestseller list, but that hasn't happened quite yet. But I know I have good book and good stories. So give it time. Rome wasn't built in a day, they say.
Yes, yes. What is your role in the literary industry?
Well, I'm not sure actually. I know I'm a pebble on this. I mean, excuse me, a little microcosm in the sand, but I just try to get my just tell a good story, tell a good story that people no matter what age, sex, race, can relate to.
Okay. How has your book life changed since the pandemic?
Well, I started writing during the pandemic. Basically, both these books were published during the pandemic, so I really can't speak about how it would have been before the pandemic because I
Oh,
actually was able to finish this book. You Never Said Goodbye because of the pandemic. When the world shut down, everything shut down. I was able to focus more time and actually spend I wrote probably about 60 to 70% of this book during the pandemic when it shut down. So I can't really speak on what prior to the pandemic. I'm a new writer, maybe 2 years at the most.
okay. What do you hope readers take away from your books?
I just want them to basically just, I guess, like well, the story of this book here talks about, like I said, revenge versus forgiveness. How there are people in life that it's okay to let go. It's okay to forgive. You can't hold on to the past and just let it, bury you and let you just hold you back from living. And that's probably one of the most central things is that I don't know about you personally, but I've ran into people and met people who they just won't let go of something that happened, in 2002. It's like, okay, that's 18 years ago. Let it go.
Mhm,
Move on.
mhm.
That should not hold you. That should not be the reason that you are a failure today or whatever happened to you today. It should not be the reason now. Move on. That's what's holding you up because you don't. That's what's keeping you back from being successful because you won't let that go.
Mhm, mhm. Do you have any virtual or in-person events this year that you would like to share?
Well, no, not yet. I'm actually taking part in I think it's called the Chicago Virtual Book Fair. I'm not sure if you heard of it or not. Sometime in coming up in February, but I
Okay.
haven't had any schedule any in person because this is just me. I don't have no this is all me as far as I said me meeting you through social media. I don't
Mhm.
have no publicists, nothing like that. I'm kind of just doing some of my own, on the side on top of me working and just doing other things there. So like I said, I'm 2 years in. I'm still just trying to, find my way.
Mhm, mhm. What are you currently working on right now?
Like I say, just want to get this book closure out. Like right after me and you finish the interview, I'm going to Amazon to upload it and hope that it'll be a smooth process. I'm sure I don't know if you dealt with Amazon KDP or not. it can be a headache as far as putting the book up. So I'm in the process of trying to get this book done, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. And after it comes out, I'm just going to, I know I didn't talk about it too much here, but once it gets, once I actually get the physical copy in my hand, I will be posting, talking about a lot more, on social media, So I'm just trying to, pump that up, pump up the series. I guess you could say, it's a complete series. I know a lot of people don't want to, start a series, without the books being, but this would be a completed series, so I'm definitely going to pump it up.
How can readers find you and your books?
Well, basically, right now I have my books are big. You can email me. I guess you want a personal autograph copy. I'm just go ahead and post this right here real quickly. I don't know if you can see it all or not.
Yes, sir.
But it's like you can email me at evwill64@yahoo.com. Or you can DM me on Facebook under my, name Erick Willams. Like I said, I don't have a big social media presence. I'm not on Instagram and Twitter and so on and so forth. I probably need to be if I guess I want to truly spread the word. But like I said, just Amazon. And I actually have another website I kind of joined. Just it's a new one that's called booknation.com. That I'm just trying to, use another. I'm trying to spread myself more, but it's like the main one I guess is Amazon, or like I say you could Facebook me. I have, copies of the book, plenty of copies of the book, if you want to hit me up, and just send it to me directly. I will definitely sign it and ship it to you. And for Amazon, if you just want to take the easy, convenient route, Amazon.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close?
No, just be on the lookout for like I said, once I get on social media, I am going to post all 3. You Never Say Goodbye, The Last Time, and Closure. And hopefully Closure should be out. My target date is around February 5th for the public to see. I just want to get the author's copies back first, to review them. And just, I'm excited for, your review for what you think of The Last Time. And hopefully that will inspire you to want to, get You Never Say Goodbye.
Okay. But thank you for coming by today. I really appreciate it.
I thank you. I thank you for taking your time, to see me, and I thank you for reading the book there.
Thank you. And this is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. Happy reading. Bye, y'all.